Parents need to be held accountable for the wrong that they've done. They forced us into this existence thinking that we would like every aspect of it, or a lot of it, just like they did apparently. Or actually, do they really like this existence, or did they just have us to make their existence more tolerable and to enjoy life more and to be less bored of life because they were so selfish and stupid and unself aware to think that, hold on a minute, hold on a gosh darn minute, should I bring somebody else into this life? I mean, is it going to be worth it? No, because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I hate humanity. So why was I born into this world just to end up hating humanity? That don't make any fucking sense. Because having kids makes zero sense in this reality, and it always has and it always will. Because this world is full of pain and suffering that we did not need to be experiencing, but here we are because our parents were too stupid to realize. The more I think about it, it's just crazy how dumb they were, man, to bring us here. There's no words to really say how stupid or selfish they are, you know? It's more understandable if people are young and they have kids, because then it's just a mistake. And then it's just obviously a mistake. No one young prepares to have kids or plans to have kids. Almost nobody does that. So that's actually more understandable because then it's just a mistake. You know, most people don't have access to like abortions. But when people are like older in their 30s, like my parents were, and they probably chose to have me, I don't know for a fact if they chose to have me. I haven't asked. I don't really want to ask because, well, I mean, they're going to probably give you a dumb answer anyways, right? So I don't know, but people obviously plan to have parents. I don't know if my parents plan me, you know? But it would be worse if they did plan me because then I know that I'm here because they actually thought it would be a good idea to bring me here. That's even worse, you know? And every kid deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves a kid. Every kid deserves a parent that is gonna not bring them into this existence and not make them a kid in the first place. Because being a kid sucks, and being a human sucks. Being Having a mind that is restless and goes on and on about negativity once you're exposed to it in this world sucks. Being a slave to your emotions or just not liking the emotions that you feel sucks. Having to live in a repetitive, needing human body sucks too. I mean, all of life just fucking sucks when you get down to it. When you take away all the distractions and all the technology and all people's distractions and copes in this life, life just sucks and it's boring. Even if you're not in pain, it's just boring. Ultimately, it's just boring and repetitive and monotonous, and you have to constantly pay bills and clean your ass cheeks and fucking all these things, you know, and keep your mind jogging so you don't get too bored of life or restless even. Because what did they say? Idle hands are the devil's playground. Yeah, I mean, boredom can be a good thing. Like, it can lead you to do some cool things in your life, I guess, but it can also be bad. But boredom's really an illuminating emotion because it shows you that life is just truly boring. Maybe our parents just weren't bored of life when they had us, no matter what age they were, even if they were in their 30s like mine were, you know? Mine were in like their early 30s when they decided to have kids, you know? Uh, I think they were like 35 when I was born, about that age. I mean, I'm 23 now, so I already see that they made a fucking huge mistake, you know? Lucky me, I guess. Actually, unlucky me because I'm here now and I have to suffer. But, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, parents need to be held accountable for the wrong they've done. They don't even realize what the fuck they've done. That's how stupid they are. So how do you hold your parents accountable for the wrong they've done? Well, just realize that you don't owe your parents anything and don't feel guilty about it. And don't feel guilty about asking them for money or whatever you need from them. Primarily, it's just going to be money, right? So don't feel guilty at all asking them for that. Don't ask them for like a crazy amount of money, but if you need money or like here and there, go ahead and ask them, man. They should give it to you, you know? And if they refuse to give it to you, just don't talk to them until they do, you know? Because here's the thing, if they're decent parents, they will reach out to you, you know, because they actually care about you in the natalist sense, you know. They wanted to bring you into this world, this painful world, but they will still reach out to you if they truly care about you. If they don't reach out to you, then honestly, fuck them. But don't like cut them off, because you know when they die, they might give you money, you know. And this way of thinking might be selfish to somebody listening, but it's way more selfish to fucking bring somebody into this world. So that's how you should not feel guilty about this behavior at all. It's not behavior. It's not bad behavior, because it's not as bad as what your parents did to you. You know, you're just fucking being you're just ignoring somebody if they don't give you what they want. That's not bad. You're not hurting anybody by doing that. So actually, don't feel bad about acting in that way, you know, to your parents. It's just that somebody, a normie supposedly, might be listening to this and they might be thinking, oh, you selfish little bastard, you should be grateful. And to that I say, fuck you, I'm not grateful for this life. Hell no. I'm gonna be grateful when I die though, because hopefully I get the choice to get euthanized, but did I have a choice to be born and go through pain and suffering? Fuck no. So why should I be grateful for anything? Why should I do anything? You're forced into this life and you have to do things. You have to go to school. You have to get a job. You know, it's slavery. This world is slavery. Life is slavery. How comes people don't fucking see it? Because maybe their lives are good, like if they're a pretty girl or something, or they're just too stupid and unself-aware and they're NPCs. They literally don't think about anything. They have no critical thinking skills. They don't think about life literally ever. Like from the moment they wake up, it's just, you know, brush my teeth, eat food, go to work, go home, focus on my little pleasures like the sports, the fucking my partner, fucking my kids even. They don't think about anything in this life, like why did I have kids? Did I make a mistake? Like they never even consider that, you know? They just say things like my kids make me proud, you know? The selfish pricks they are. So that's how you hold parents accountable, guys. Fucking drain them of their money when they fucking die, you know? I mean, I don't really love my parents, to be honest with you. I really don't. I don't really hate them. I'm really just indifferent towards them, to be honest. At this point, I'm really just indifferent, you know? Because they don't know any better, you know? It's like, I don't know, man. It's like they just don't know any better and they're fucking stupid. And when I was younger, they used to rub it in my face of like how much smarter they were than me because they accomplished more in life than me because I was younger. But obviously they did because they had more life experience. But they still were too dumb to not force somebody else into this life, you know? I'm just glad I won't make that mistake, you know? Yeah, I'd never make that mistake of forcing somebody else into this existence. That's terrible, man, because I mean it's so obvious. I know what it's like to be forced into this existence, even though I'm in my 20s, right? It's not like I'll ever forget that. No, because I never asked to be alive in the first place. No matter how old I get, if I get to like the age of 53, I'll still remember that I never consented to this life in the first place, you know? I'm not going to forget that in 3 decades. Hell no. And yeah, I'm not going to forget that. That's impossible to forget. It's like my fucking name, you know? Um, on my face or whatever. Or bad things, unfortunately. I mean, bad things stay in your memory, unfortunately. Good things can stay in your memory too, but I don't know. For me personally, my life is so boring right now. I got nothing going on. It's just like negative things in my mind all the time. But I try to disconnect from that and be indifferent to that. It's not easy. It's not easy, but you know, I try. And that's the gift my parents gave me, a life full of suffering. So thank you, mum and dad, but really fuck you because they did nothing good. I know people think when they have kids they contributing to the world, but no, you're just contributing to a bunch of bullshit that you never asked to be in either. That's really all you're doing. You're contributing to the shit heap that is this world, to a society that doesn't give a fuck about you, you know, who just wants to use you for your labor because humans are a slave species and you know, slavery just takes different forms over the centuries. It used to be physical slavery, now it's wage slavery, and it will probably be wage slavery in the future, you know? I mean, a lot of people have said what I'm about to say right now, but in the future, they'll probably start charging you for fucking breathing, you know? They probably will. You're not free in this world, you know? You're a slave as soon as you're born to money, because that's what rules the human world. Not animals, but the human world. You have to pay for fucking bills, for food, water, shelter, clothing, um, things that you need, you know, clothing and shoes, and essentials like toilet paper, wipes, tissue, deodorant. You have to pay for all these things. You don't get those things for free in this world. That shows you that no one gives a fuck about you, and your parents they did wrong by having you, you know. And if you're a normal person, or you've never found antinatalism and you're listening to this, don't feel offended if by what I just said. But when I said that your parents shouldn't have had you, don't feel offended, because it wasn't your choice, you know? Your parents should be offended. You should not be offended. Show this video to your parents if you're not an antinatalist. That would be funny. I wouldn't really care what they say to me though, you know. They'd probably say like, you don't know the joy of having kids. People have said that to me before online. It's a joy. They've said to me it's a joy you'll never experience. Yeah, it's a selfish joy, and it's probably short-lived. In 2 decades, you probably won't care about the kid anymore when they're a fucking adult and they've got their own mind and their own problems. People just don't think about it that way. They just think of the fucking baby phase. They're way too fucking short-term thinking, way too much. They don't think about anything. Maybe they do think about that a little bit, like I'll still be able to give my kid money when like 2 decades from now, but they don't think about this is going to be a person with their own thoughts and feelings and emotions and problems, and they might not like this life. They might want to kill themselves, you know, because life fucking pushes people to the edge and it makes people do terrible things. Or people just do terrible things anyways because they're weak-minded pieces of shit, or they're just evil or psychopathic. So humanity, you can't really trust humanity. And yeah, human beings suck because they're short-term thinkers, and not just short-term, but they don't consider other people's emotions at all. They don't. They only care about themselves. It's disgusting, and they get away with their sickening behavior too. I mean, you could see all these videos online of like these serial killers and murderers and rapists being sentenced, right? But think about all the people out there that do crimes and get away with it. I mean, it happened to me. You know, it happened to me. I don't really want to talk about it, but you know, people always get away with bad things, even if they don't kill somebody. You know, they harm somebody very bad, and they get away with it. You know, that's humanity for you. That person was once a baby as well, you know? So babies are a fucking abortion, you know, they need to be aborted, you know? The human race is just one big failure, in my opinion. Now, yes, they make a lot of things that I enjoy, like video games and cartoons and music, but if you wasn't born, you wouldn't need those things. It's all unnecessary. All our lives are fucking unnecessary. I could go on and on, man. Life is enjoyable at times, but it's a lot of the time it's just boring, you know, and there's so much pain you can go through in life. You know, body altering pain. Your body will never be the same again, whether it's by the hands of some stupid human or by nature or an accident, you know, or your mind can be broken by PTSD or something, like, or by a traumatic event. You know, these things are bad, but they're happening to people all over the world, you know. Uh, and people have to cope with this life that they were forced into, and a lot of them can't, so they end up taking drugs or drinking or whatever and doing bad things, you know. Man, I fucking hate this species of humanity, man, because they fucking suck. Humanity hates each other because they don't work together. They enslave each other, they hurt each other, they force each other to participate in this life. Why would you want to do these things? I mean, in my life, I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to force anybody to participate in this life. I'm probably not going to enslave anybody, you know? I don't think I would start a business or something. And if I did, that would be consensual slavery. You know, they would choose to work for me, you know? Uh, but yeah, that's what humanity does for the most part. And they don't even know what they're doing. You know, most people have kids and they think that they're doing the best thing ever, or they think they're doing a loving thing, but they're really doing not a hate-filled thing, but a selfish thing. It's 100% selfish, unless it was an accident. You know, then it's just ignorance and stupidity and youth. You know, so yeah, this is why I'm not surprised of the way that human beings act, because I have personal experience with terrible human beings. You know, they're basically less than an animal, man, you know? Less than a fucking lion or a fucking wildebeest, you know? With their fucking lack of empathy and morality and compassion for somebody else. So these humans fucking are garbage. This world is garbage. I never asked to be here. You never asked to be here, who's listening to this. What can we do about this? Well, I like talking about it. That's why I'm here again. But all we can do is just try and enjoy our lives, try and be happy and get the things that we want, not give a fuck what anyone thinks. And trust me, no one cares what you're doing in life. You know, no one gives a fuck, especially if you're a guy. No one cares. So do whatever you want, you know? Overcome the limitations of your mind and do whatever you want. Or don't do anything, you know? You don't have to do anything. You know, it's choice time. It's up to you. I'm not telling anybody how to live in this video. Do whatever the fuck you want, man. You want to approach women, go approach them. You want to pay for sex? If you can, go and pay for it, you know? Do whatever you want, because you never asked for this life, so you should have the right to have as much fun as you can, you know? Some people can have more fun in this world than others, but do the best you can, you know? Exactly, do the best you can with with whatever you've got, you know? That's what I encourage anyone who's listening to this to do. Do whatever the fuck you want. As long as you're not doing something evil like hurting people and you're not having kids. Apart from that, do whatever the fuck you want, man. You know? Do whatever the fuck you want. Because life is not yours. You know, it's your parents' life. So stick a middle finger in their face and do whatever the fuck you want. And don't live up to their expectations, you know? Because if they have any expectations of you, that is. But if they do, then screw those expectations, because that's just stupid. That's the most stupidest thing ever. So, peace.